Improvement. Did you watch that show?
Sure did. I wasn't a big fan.
Really?
I liked it, but it wasn't. You know what I always thought? But the one thing I respect, they never showed that dude's face.
Wilson.
The neighbor.
Wilson, right?
Sure.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I did like the. Do you? I don't think so, Tim. What was that guy's name?
Wilson.
No, not his assistant. Man.
Oh, Ed.
Ed was that
No.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Ed Borland. Wasn't that the name of the show?
Borland might sound right, but I don't think it's Ed. Is it Ed
Al?
Borland?
Al?
Al.
That's
Al.
it. I knew it was Borland.
I don't think so, Tim. See, I like that guy because he was like serious but funny, but he didn't know he was.
Oh, well, he was clutch, man. He's
He
kind
was
of like
clutch.
what I am to you.
Right.
You're the idiot. Somehow you have the exposure, but I make it work.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Actually,
too.
I think it's the other way around. Let's be honest.
I think that's exactly what it's around.
Okay, here's Pop Quiz. Do you remember the name? What was the name of the tool company that sponsored that show?
Oh, great question.
I know it.
Great question.
I'll give you a clue. It starts with
Tool
a B.
Time. Wasn't it Tool Time?
Tool Time was the name of the show. But the tools, it starts with a B.
Bosworth?
No.
No, I have no idea.
Binford.
Binford.
Tools.
Binford.
The Binford 3000.
There it is. You can shut off the iPods or whatever you listen to this episode
right.
72. You figured it all out. Binford.
It just sounds American.
Sounds American.
American.
Very American.
Everything American made is amazing.
Welcome to podcast 72.
72.
Whoa.
72. Feeling good, boys. Feeling good?
72 already.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We're almost there.
That means I've known you guys for a year and a half already.
Absolutely.
Best year and a half of your life.
I feel like we've
vice
actually
versa.
gotten to that point because now when we walk in, that love from Jeff is not there as much. He's like, this is too Greek.
We're in the
fucking
mature
guys."
phase of our relationship. We're comfortable.
We gotta get it sexy again.
It's the
though. We can't let this
70-month
go down.
itch.
The honeymoon's over.
We gotta do something to spice it up, guys. We gotta do something. I'm thinking loofahs. I'm thinking the loofahs will
Hey, you
spice
don't
us
got,
back
you
up
don't
again.
got to tell me to bring a loofah. I'll bring a loofah.
You'll bring
That's
the
like one
loofah?
of my nicknames.
Loofah?
A loofah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I've heard that.
Hey, isn't it awards season?
It is. It's coming up.
It's around,
That's
it's around the corner. See, there we go.
There it is.
Spicing things up.
There it is.
And,
There it is.
Jeff,
and Jeff's saying that because he knows he's up for one
He's-
or a few.
Jeff, I'm just saying, I can't put it 100% because nothing's a guarantee, but it could be the year.
Could be the year.
Now, Zach, I believe, is the reigning champion.
True.
But
Zach's really tailed off lately.
I don't know where Zach's been.
He's up in Edmonton.
But the weird thing is he's still up for it. Somehow he's still up for
And
it.
he might win.
Now, I got a question for you.
Talk to me.
Be honest with me.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
You gonna be honest?
100%.
Like, barely anyone listens. So
Coach's
be
challenge.
honest.
Coach's
right?
challenge,
Coach's
honest.
challenge. How much did you cry this weekend? Did you watch the Iggy retirement? Did you cry?
I didn't cry.
You didn't cry?
I didn't cry. But I'll tell you what, my wife.
Did you get emotional?
My wife should dust the house because there's particles. They're floating around.
They're floating.
No, I didn't cry. However,
Yeah.
I was moved.
You were moved?
I was moved. It was a great presentation, great ceremony.
An hour and a half, though.
I didn't watch it all. That's probably why
Yeah,
it was
well, fair
great.
enough,
But
yeah.
I watched the good parts of it.
All right.
That's some good video montages.
Now-
that's what we need. We need a montage.
You know what? I think anybody should have a montage. That should be the new resume. Get rid of resumes, send in montages.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
For anything.
For anything, yeah.
Give me your best montage.
Yeah. I just think that resumes are old school.
Yeah.
And being that we're in the new 2019 and beyond,
Yeah.
send in a montage.
Well, everyone's lying in the resume process anyway, so you
Yeah.
might as well just throw some achievements out
I
there.
couldn't agree more.
Like, look, this is my
Throw a
montage. This is what I've done.
Little music in the background. It shows. It'll really show the employer who you are.
I believe that would be a highlight reel, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Montage, highlight reel. Sure.
Yes,
Whatever
absolutely.
you wanna call it. Now, I got a question for you. So, we watched the Iggy thing, right?
Yes.
You got a little somber, a little cry. You, me, all of Calgary. Calgary was celebrating the greatest flame, quote unquote, of all time.
It
okay?
was the most amount of tissues wasted in Calgary on a Saturday night than the AVN Awards.
Sure. Exactly. Now, my question is this. The Flames do this weird thing. Not a lot of teams do it. They have the Ring of Honor, right? Where they basically say, you're not going to get your jersey retired, but we really, really liked you playing here for those years. So that was Al McInnes and Joe Nieuwendyk.
Yeah, that's called the fat chick with personality.
Oh, that's just... Wow, we're going there. Are we? Okay, I didn't realize we were going
Episode 72, everybody.
So you got...
I'm not going to have to cut this part out.
Exactly, Jeff, exactly. So you got that, and then you got Vernon, who deserves it. You got, of course, Lanny McDonald.
Absolutely.
Mr. Calgary.
Mr. McDonald.
Absolutely. Tell him Lanny sent you. And you got Iginla now. My question is this.
Yeah.
Theo Flurry. Where does he roll up on it? Is he a Ring of Honor guy or is he a banner guy? Do we put his jersey up?
Ooh, it's really a tough one because a lot of people are talking about this. The first thing they think of it, they say, "Hold on a second, what about Flurry?" At this stage, he's a Ring of Honor guy for me. I gotta be honest. He's a Ring of Honor guy.
Like usual, you're wrong. He is a jersey guy. Theo Flurry, man. We're talking about the guy. All the records that Iginla was breaking were Flurries. And prior to that, they were Lanny's. So the way I look at it is you got Lanny, who's rightfully there.
Yeah.
You missed a section with Theo Flurry, and then you jumped to Iginla. All those records that Iginla was breaking were Flurries.
Yeah,
All of them.
but I don't know, man.
Nah, man. Look, what the guy did off the ice.
He spiraled out of control.
He did, but buddy, there was a reason behind it. And I don't want to talk about it too long.
Better than an Iggy.
What's that?
What's that, Jeff?
Flurry can sing better than Iggy.
Yeah, he's got a solo album.
Yeah, you're right. He started a construction business.
Yes, and now he's he goes
number
around
one best-selling author.
Yeah, now he's a motivational speaker. Like, look,
you know what? You got me convinced.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's
about
time we honor the guy. Like, look, yeah, he did spiral, but you know what? He also fixed it.
Yeah, he did.
Right.
And I will say one thing about Theo Flurry too. This is a guy who excelled in a league that was not built for short people to excel.
Exactly.
Right. So, you put him in today's, maybe you're right. Because if you put a guy like Flurry in today's NHL with these rules, he's top of the list.
Absolutely. Well, let's just say this. He paved the way for guys because there are a few guys, maybe not as small, but there are smaller players for sure.
Yeah.
So he opened up that
That is Stanley Cup champion.
There it is. Theo Flurry.
Okay.
Boom.
Done. I'm out.
In. He's made it.
Theo.
What do we got on the itinerary today?
You guys are going to get some emails on that one.
Well, I blame this one all on Dimitri.
Oh, come on.
All right, fine. I can help
Okay,
out on here.
fine. I'll take it.
All hate mail goes to Marketing Matt.
Welcome. You know what? Before we get in, how you doing, Marketing Matt?
Yeah, thanks for being late, Marketing Matt.
Yeah, that's awesome.
why we pay you the big money. You just
Real
show up whenever you
punctual.
want.
How are the
That's how it
tidbits?
goes?
It's awesome.
Oh,
It's
enjoy
great.
the tidbits, bro.
Weird.
Oh, they're very great. Yeah, sorry for coming late, but had to attend to some business.
I love the sorry when we don't pay him. That's awesome. That's not bad.
And he's been doing a great job.
Great
I
job,
gotta
Marketing
say
Matt.
it.
Yep.
The website hasn't been better.
Never.
Marketing Matt, he's actually putting more work than me and you in, which isn't
Easily.
surprising. That's
No.
why
Well,
we
that's
need
why we
it.
have Marketing Matt.
Roster, say hi to Marketing Matt. Marketing Matt, say hi to the roster officially.
Nice.
Take your time. It's okay.
We only have an hour.
No problem.
Yeah, no, I'm here now.
There you go.
Yeah, guys,
Okay, and
Marketing
we're
Matt.
done. Next.
See you later.
Okay, on the agenda.
On the agenda.
Sit
Give him
down.
the 30 seconds, guys.
Show itinerary. What do we got today?
Look, we're going to talk the NHL. We
Didn't
can't
even
help
let
it.
him thank his mother.
Okay, Marketing Matt, get up here. Go. No.
No, go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to talk the NHL. We have to talk the NHL. The season's closing up. The playoff picture, for some people is very clear, but for others, there's still a really tight race on the bottom end of it. So, Mitch, we got to talk about that.
Absolutely. Then we're going to go right into what we love to call the banter.
Rapid banter.
Rapid banter. Exactly. And in rapid banter, we got NFL. We got Combine discussion. Really funny situation happened within the Combine. We got to talk a little MMA. We got a little Pete Davidson, Kate Beckinsale discussion where we're very intrigued by this relationship.
Very intrigued.
Very intrigued. We also got a little Tiger pulling out. Johnny Football. Hey, Johnny. Thanks for leaving the CFL, you piece of... I called it, by the way. I told you guys. This guy's a loser. And finally, what are we going to... Do you want to do MAGA MALAKA?
I don't know. I mean, we've done 71 MAGA. But yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
We're going to do MAGA MALAKA. We'll tell you at the end what that one's all about. But before all that...
Before any of that, and this is an action-packed itinerary. This thing is getting out of control and getting hot. But of course, before any show, and Jeff, cue the music. We got to bring to you the Headversity metrics of the week. Headversity.com is the genius that has brought you reallockerroomtalk.com. They're doing wonderful things, not just for podcasts around the world, but when it comes to workplace resiliency. Hashtag Ask Dr. RT, anything that you want. Please sign up. Go to their website, headversity.com. You can create your own profile, get up to date with all the blogs, news, and everything that's going on there. So thank you to Dr. Ryan Todd, Dr. Karen McNeil, and all our wonderful friends over at Headversity. Now, when we talk about metrics and we talk about things that are getting done for Real Locker Room Talk, this week,
Yeah.
now maybe it's marketing, Matt, maybe it's I don't know, but
Okay.
something's brewing.
Something's up.
Maybe it's everything all in one.
Could be.
One more new Podbean follower is on Real Locker Room
I
Talk.
love it.
So, Joe Biz,
Joe Biz.
thanks for giving the biz and joining the Locker Room roster. Welcome.
I like that guy's name.
Joe Biz is a
Joe
good
Biz.
name.
That's a
It's
good
Jo-
name.
It's all Biz. It's Joe Biz. He should have a tagline. It's not all biz. It's Joe Biz.
I like it.
I like that.
I like that a
That's
lot.
it.
That's
we
great.
We might steal that.
We could.
No, we can't. We can't. It's Joe Biz. Joe Biz, reveal who you are. Be sure to sign up to the Facebook page. Of course, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Marketing Matt's doing wonderful things for us here.
It ain't Joe Biz. It's my biz.
Right?
There it is.
There it is.
Oh, you can just riff on that for
Everything. Right. And Jeff is the biz.
Jeff is the biz.
That's what your handle should be. At is the biz.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that too.
I told you we should be the marketing guys for a lot of universities.
Marketing Matt, you're fired.
Yeah, you're out of here.
No. See, we're good. we're lazy.
Yeah, we're idea guys.
Right? But I'll tell you who's not lazy.
Who's that?
Our friends at Agape Greek Radio.
Is not the truth.
AGAPE GreekRadio.com, where you can stream Real Locker Room Talk on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday anywhere in the world.
Yes.
It's crazy what they're doing. So check out the lineup. They got an amazing amount of great shows on there. AgapeGreekRadio.com. They also got Agape Greek TV that they just launched. So really good programming. Of course, Stan the Man. Can't go a day without mentioning this guy right here. Damn it, Mitch. Send me the video. It's embarrassing. I sent mine. He's asking.
He's asking.
He's asking now.
So he's acknowledged my existence. Done. It's on.
Okay.
It's on tonight. It's on.
Send me a photo.
I'm sorry, Stan.
Well, when Stan sees your mug, he'll
Yeah,
be
he'll
like,
probably see like
we'll go.
we're good.
With
We're
one
good.
photo. We're good. We're good. Just send me
Awesome.
2 pictures. Give me a picture of Jeff.
send me a picture of a gorilla.
We should get a picture of Jeff. We don't include Jeff enough in the aesthetics of Real Locker Room
You do
Talk.
not. You do not.
Marketing Matt, can we get Jeff's photo and Alchemy Studios on the
Oh.
next website upload photo? Can
I
we
love
do
it.
that?
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I got a
Love
great
that.
face for radio.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, let's get
It's still
started.
better than ours.
Let's get up and running here.
Do it.
We are.
Do
we
it.
are. Jeff, you are going to be proud of us. We are running on time, baby. Whoop, whoop,
Amazing.
whoop.
So far on time.
Lately,
we're
it's been good.
It's at 1.
It just goes to show that the
why we-
NFL took that much time out of our schedule.
You know that edit last week got you in under. It was 59 minutes.
I did notice that. Thank you.
I did. Thank you so much.
First time ever in 782 podcast, one edit, not bad, right?
And Jeff,
not bad, not
this isn't a
bad.
cheesy line on a breakup. It wasn't you. It actually was us.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So we
Like
whew.
you didn't want to see us go down. We had to, we had to do what we had to do.
We gotta make it
We
to
might have
the-
got a little spontaneous last week. A little
Look,
crazy.
the over under on this podcast is 75. We want to make it till at least that point.
And minimum. Exactly.
Okay.
All right, let's get started.
Do it.
Listen to me. 17 games remain in the NHL season. All right?
It's crazy.
The trade deadline's done. It's over. We talked about it last week. Which teams made some rumblings, which teams, made themselves better and ready for the playoffs.
Right.
Let's go over quickly where everyone's standing as of today, March the 6th, 2019.
Beautiful.
Ready? Let's do it. In the Eastern Division, we got the Atlantic. You got the Tampa Bay Lightning is beyond. Like, if you're talking about a marathon, they've already completed it and they're running it again just for fun.
That's right.
They're at 106
Cool down.
points. Exactly. Second in the Atlantic Division, you got Bruins. And third, you got the Maple Leafs. All right. Then you jump over to the Metropolitan. And you've got the Islanders at 83. You got Washington at 83. And you got the Hurricanes at 79. But let me jump back over to the Islanders. In the Lufa Awards that are going to be presented in the next few weeks,
Yes.
I think I deserve the I told you so. Because I said it last week and it already happened. I told you guys that they didn't make any trades to show the world that they didn't need Tavares. And boy, was I right.
It's a 52-week loofah. Just keep that in mind.
I just want to say, 6-1 thumping they put on Tavares and the Maple Leafs.
They hate the Leafs.
But right now, I heard...
if you put the games together, that's 10-1.
True that.
They've
Good
outscored
point.
them 10-1.
And may I say, I think Barry Trotz and Lou Amorello are sitting in the press box. They're just drinking champagne, and the team's like, so, Coach, what about tomorrow? They're like, what are you talking about? We already won our cup. That was our cup. We won it. We're done, baby. We're done.
It's over. Season's
It's over. I was right. They only played for one game and it's over. They don't care. Right now, they could literally throw the white flag, and the first time ever this could happen where a team says, we're good, they're leading the division, we don't feel like playing in the playoffs, does somebody else want to take our position?
Yeah,
this could happen.
That's what they might forfeit.
They might forfeit.
You're right.
Yeah, so
Like,
there
we
might be
gotta-
a third wild card team.
Which would make them even bigger champions.
Exactly.
We can win the cup if we want.
Exactly.
But we want to go see Cirque du Soleil.
It's a great show.
It's a
great show.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then in the Eastern Division, you got the wild cards. Right now, you got the Pens at 79 points and the Canadians at 79
Ooh,
points.
it's
They are
tough.
just back and forth. Back and forth.
It's tough. It's
and then
tight.
who are the creepers?
You got the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, the creepers are the Blue Jackets at 77 points, so just 2 points behind. And then a kind of a far back, but I put them in the discussion, is Philly. They're at 72. If they happen to go on a run maybe this week, maybe. But they really do have to go on a run sooner than later.
That's right.
All right? So that's your Eastern Division. Now let's run over to the West. Why do we always leave the West at the end? Because the West is the best. This is the way it is.
That's how we do it.
That's what we do.
We're over here. Now we're over here.
So let's
if
talk
we were
about
doing the podcast in Toronto, we go a little west.
West, then East.
Then we come back east.
That's right.
It's only fair.
But we're not there.
We're not
over
there.
here.
We're over here now.
That's right.
We go west second.
West second. Let's start in the Central. The team that me and you, we gave googly eyes over last week. We said, hey, is this the team? And we looked at each other. We stared at each other.
There was something in the air.
There was something in the air. And they heard us because they're now leading that division. Last week they weren't. This week they are. It's the Nashville Sabertooth Predators. I've decided to give them the full name. Okay? They're at 83. Next is the Winnipeg Jets at 82.
Yep.
And then the St. Louis Costanzas are a nice, strong third at 74.
What a run.
What a
That's
run.
what Philly needs, a St. Louis run.
That's exactly what they need. Absolutely. Then you jump over to the Pacific. Our beautiful boys here, the Flames, we told you, relax. They went on a 6-game. Now they're on a 2-game losing streak. But don't worry, everybody.
Doesn't matter.
Relax
They're
a little
playing
bit.
some good teams.
They're good teams. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, they're playing some
and they had
good
a great
teams.
February. They're at 89 points. Crushing.
Just a West
Just a West.
Conference
Not a big
leading
deal.
89 points.
Exactly.
Not bad.
Then you got the San Jose Sharks at 86. So on our heels, but not really. Okay, they're right there. And then everyone's nemesis, the team that just is there, just there. They ended up getting the number one guy in the trade deadline. It's the Las Vegas Golden Knights at 77. So who are the wild cards? The wild cards are very simple. The Stars at 73 and the Wild, that boring Wild team that ruined Iggy's party last week at 72. They would be playing the Flames technically if the playoffs started today. Then you're asking me, I can see it in your eyes, who are the creepers? Who are the guys looking in?
And we're not just talking about you this time.
Exactly. You know, voyage is a real thing. Voyaging, or whatever that is. It's the Avalanche at 70. And then my team, the team that I'm literally cheering for, the Arizona Coyotes, at 69 points.
They're not out.
They're not, buddy. I actually think they could do it.
Like I said, it's a tight
And South
race.
Carolina George, early in the year, called them to be, watch out for
Hold
this
on.
team.
If they make the playoffs, South Carolina George already trumps you for the, I called it from now, loofah.
I would
You
actually
know
give
that.
it to him. If he got this,
Doesn't matter what you think, he'd get it.
what do you mean?
He'd get it. You have no basis
All right,
to
fine.
argue.
You're right.
You're on the weekend.
And then
This
the
guy-
one team that's been making strides this week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know it. You're wiggling your head. It's the Oilers. The Oilers are coming, boys, at 65. They're a little behind, but they're coming.
It's not out of the realm. Okay,
Absolutely
stranger
not.
things have happened to this team and to this league. So you could say, yeah, they're very much out of it. Look, let's keep one thing in mind, you guys. There's, like we said, there's still a considerable amount of games for these bottom tier teams to be able to make a splash. You get a team like Edmonton going on a run, and the other teams even just getting 500 or just under 500 win percentage games, the Oilers are right in the thick of things. I mean, again, the Western and Eastern Conference are coming down to the last 5 games.
Absolutely.
And dare I say the last 2 games. I mean, it's usually one conference or the other, but I think both of them are going to come down to we won't know who the last wild card spot is until the last 2 games.
Absolutely.
You look at some of these divisions, sorry to go, but I mean, that Metropolitan division to start in the East, yeah, okay, you have Pittsburgh, Montreal on the bottom, but let's not forget, they're not that far. So Pittsburgh, Montreal in the wild card are only 4 points out from the Metropolitan New York Islanders. That's just 2 games right there.
That's
so
true.
that could totally rearrange. Never mind the teams that are under them. And then you come back in the West.
Yes.
Now, and you look at, like I say, that bottom Arizona, Edmonton, but the landscape could change dramatically.
Absolutely.
Dramatically.
Right now, the way I look at it, the one team that seems to have the kind of the up on everyone, I know this sounds a little weird, it's the Golden Knights. They are sitting at a comfortable 77. They're just sitting there. No one's going to come near them. No one's going to touch them. They know they either got a Calgary, unless they go on a crazy little losing streak, or they know they're going to get San Jose. And I feel like they're kind of prepping every day for the teams they're going to play. But side action, they're getting ready for San Jose. So watch out. That's going to be crazy to watch.
It's going to be interesting just what comes out of that division, period.
Absolutely.
I mean, these are the top 3 teams, and it's incredible.
Now, selfishly, really quickly,
Yep.
would you rather see Calgary play the Coyotes if they end up getting that second wild card, or the Oilers?
Well, I would like to see them play the Oilers.
The Oilers, huh?
Yeah, it just makes for good hockey.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
you
true.
got Gaudreau and McDavid. I mean, in the Alberta rivalry.
We need it. We need it. We don't have
It would be
pipeline. We
great,
need it.
But I think they would almost sweep this team.
think?
This year, yeah. It's too that Oilers team's too dysfunctional.
Yeah, well, hey.
They don't got the juice.
I'm always about the hot team that goes in. I don't want to play any hot team going in.
Look, let's call it what it is. There's no pipelines.
There's no pipelines.
Okay, there's no pipelines happening right now.
Yeah, what's going on?
How are they going to function?
Good point.
Can they handle the heat?
So bad. So bad. Okay, listen. So this week we said we're going to talk a little NHL to start off the podcast.
Yep.
And then, but we've done a lot. We've talked the trade deadline. We talked about what happened after the trade deadline. We talked about who are the league leaders in points and all that fun stuff, and how the Canadians aren't running this league the way they used to. But then I came across an amazing article written by The Athletic. It's something you can download on. They have an app. It's called The Athletic. It's a great little website. And they recently did a poll. They went to all the NHL players and asked a few questions that we're going to go over. And we want to know. And we're going to give you our insight. Did they get it right? But I love the questions, and I thought, what a great time to ask these questions as we head down to the end of the year. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? In the first question they asked, who is the best all-round player in the league? Now remember, this was answered by all the NHL players in the NHL, reported on The Athletic. The number one guy was Crosby at 48%, McDavid at 25%, Patrice Bergeron at 11%, Barkov 4%, and Kucherov gets 4%. Did they get it right?
So, in my opinion, I do think that they got it right in terms of Crosby. However, I'm going to tell you something that they did get wrong.
Sure.
Patrick Kane's got to be on this list.
Think so?
I'm surprised that Patrick Kane's not on this.
You know what I think? I think it's the question. It says best all round.
Yeah.
Because Kucherov is crushing the numbers right now. And so how does that guy only get 4 when he's leading the league? Not just leading it in points, but like by a huge margin as well. So I think this comes down to like, who's the guy you're going to really depend on back checking as well? Who's the guy that's going to captain this team?
And I like the Bergeron. I love the Bergeron pick here.
one.
I do like the Crosby. McDavid, I get it, right? I
course.
get it here. But again, Patrick Kane, I was shocked not to see him there.
I think it's just the wording of the question. Me, I was more surprised that Kucherov's not getting a lot of love. Now, on one end, you could say, is it because he's in Tampa Bay? It's in the East. It's down low. No one cares. But you know what? This guy's been doing some damage the last few years. This guy's getting no respect. That worries me because a guy that wants to prove his point might be doing some damage come the playoff time, and I don't want him doing it against our boys again. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
All right. So the next question. This one I love this question. I thought it was great. Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals. Who do you want as your goalie? 28% of the players said they want Carey Price, pardon me. And then Flurry at 16.
if you were going to say, I think you were going to say Casey Jones.
I was going to say Casey Jones, which
I think should be the number one.
And you'll find out why we say that in a second. So they go in with Price at 28, Flurry at 16, Quick at 7, and Holtby at 6. Do you agree with that one?
Yeah, I think I got to agree with this one.
I completely disagree with this one, and I'll tell you why. I love Price. Canadian, big-time goalie, I get it.
But the price is not right today.
It's not, because he's never been to the Stanley Cup Final. I'm going with the guy. The question was, Game 7 Stanley Cup Final. Who do you want? I want the guy that's been there, that knows how to win, and that's Flurry. Or Holtby, dare I say. But in this case, I'll take Flurry over Holtby any day of the week. Been there, won the big games. Do you think Flurry gets a little bit thrown under the bus because of that one play in World Juniors where he let the puck kind of get by
It's
him?
the one play in World Juniors, and it's the 2 years that let's face it, he was the factor as to why they didn't advance in the Stanley Cup playoffs when he got completely lit up.
Yeah, but he's also the reason they won a couple of cups.
I
too.
agree. I'm
All
just
right,
saying. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm talking
saying.
for them.
But
I'm
don't
not
you
talking
find
for
it
me.
a
I'm
little
talking for
weird
them.
that the guys, Game 7, that the guys never been to the Stanley Cup Final? Like, that they would choose Price, and by a huge margin, too.
Yeah, well, I think the league understands what kind of caliber of a goaltender he is.
No, I mean, the guy's amazing, but even a Quick, dare I say.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like the guy
Two-time.
that's been there, 2-time.
Kind of like me in fantasy sports.
Isn't that
2-time.
2-time.
Actually, 3-time, but
Yeah,
whatever.
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 All right, third question. Most underrated player in the league? Well, by a considerable margin, it's Barkov from Florida. Backstrom at 8%, Braden Point at 8%, Jonathan Spurgeon 6%, and our local guy Giordano at 5%. Love this question. Who do you got here? Do you think they got it right?
Yes, I do. I think they got it absolutely right. I think Barkov, from the point he's gotten in the league, everyone's understood how good he is, but I don't think people are truly appreciating. He's a good big body center. He's captain of the team, and yes, absolutely. I like this one. I'll agree with that.
I love Barkov. I think he's great.
He's amazing.
But until he plays for a team that people actually care about, and what I mean by that is because he's like
You're right.
low profile, no one knows, and no one sees him. Like us as fans, we know who he is because we do watch a lot of NHL. Would he be that good on a Montreal? Would he be that good on a Toronto? Would he be that good in New York Rangers? I don't know. You know who I really like, and I'm so proud that he's on this list, is Giordano at 35 years old is only getting better like wine. He's only getting better with age. And this guy, it will be a travesty if this guy doesn't win the Norris this year. He is ripping it up. He's the captain of this team. But again, it's not because I'm a homer. He is, honest to God, I think the most underrated
Guy's
player.
solid, man.
Guy's solid, man.
Guy is absolutely
He's a good
solid.
captain. He's a good guy.
Yep.
He took the hard route to get to the NHL.
He's got a vending machine commercial.
Exactly. When you're talking about underrated, Giordano, underrated.
That's like a good soundbite. Underrated.
All right, well, if you got underrated guys, that means who's the most overrated guy in the league? By a considerable amount, you got PK Subban at 23, Lane at 9, Ekblad at 6, Phaneuf, I don't even know how he made this list, at 4, and then Carlson at 4, which I thought was
Carlson, they had overrated?
Overrated. And remember, these are NHL players that did this poll, not the local guy.
You got to be kidding me.
I kind of see that point, though. You know why? Because, look, San Jose's done really well this year. Ottawa has always carried, but is he overrated? Was there too much hype on this Carlson? I'm not saying I agree with it, but I could see some guys maybe saying it's a little much. But do you agree with this? Do you think PK is overrated?
You know what? I do because, PK, look, he's a good defenseman. There's no question about it. He's a good defenseman, but he's also great at marketing himself. He reminds me of the Cam Newton of the NHL, right?
Oh, okay.
Good to be there.
Yeah.
Dresses flashy.
Sure.
Knows how to keep himself in front, and he's got a good attitude.
Do you think it's more of his off ice antics, or
yes,
his
I do. Well, I think
personality
it's a
off the ice?
combination. He started in Montreal, so you're going to get press up the wazoo, no questions asked. Right? And that's, that's what I think, right? I tried to think of other people that were, okay, is this person overrated? But given the situations, I agree with this list. I do think that he is a little overrated. He makes a lot of mistakes on defense too.
Sure.
Right?
I'm going to go with Lane, man. I think this guy, from being the Finnish Flash, number 2 that he was supposed to be, he's having a horrible year. He's not doing really anything. Winnipeg's doing great, but without him, I think he might be a little overrated. I like PK because he can at least back it up somewhat. But I think his antics off the ice make him the guy that all the NHLers are like, dude, calm down a little bit. He's like the John Gotti, right? Like it was our thing. Like it was a quiet thing. You don't need to be telling everyone about it. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
All right. Buzz.
It's over there. So the next question on the list was, which coach, aside from your own, would you like to play for? Well, Cooper and Gallant both got 23%, Trotz at 11, Maurice at 6, and Trotz at 6%. Do you agree? The Tampa Bay coach and the Las Vegas coaches, would you play for? Do you agree with the players on this one?
Great people to play for, no question. But if I had my pick, I'm thinking Barry Trotz. Guys, this is a proven winner.
Yeah,
this guy will make you win anywhere.
Yes.
And so, like, Trotz is who we need on the Jokers.
I think you guys are right.
Yeah,
I think
then we can win a championship.
He knows how to win with losers. That's right.
The guy can win with losers.
I'd like to have him on my basketball team as the coach as well. I think he can coach us on the basketball team as well.
I don't know. You guys don't seem like losers to me.
You know what? I'm going to agree with the players. I think the Cooper-Gallant tie is excellent. I mean, you're talking about two markets that one didn't exist a couple years ago.
Cooper-Gallant sound like a name? Like
it does, like a law firm.
Together? Cooper-Gallant, LLP. L.A. Cooper-Gallant, LLP.
No, here are two cities that really hockey is not the biggest thing, right? You know what I mean? And so the guys in Vegas are crushing it, and the guys in Tampa Bay are. So, yeah.
Well, actually, I think you're right. I mean, in Vegas, it's all about hookers, and in Florida, it's all about hookers, I guess, apparently.
And the fact that they can keep these guys focused and winning is a win. So, NHL players, boom, boom, you got this one right.
The Wild Orchid should sponsor.
It really should. We have been really pushing them the last couple of weeks. Yeah, exactly.
We've been hard on them.
All right,
and
well,
so is Kraft.
if there's a coach you want to play for, which coach do you not want to play for? And weirdly enough, I think we all know who was going to win this, but he didn't win by that much. Trotz at 30%, Hitchcock at 27%, Babcock at 15%,
Ow.
Carlisle at 11%, and Boucher at 3%. Do you agree with this one?
I mean, that is unbelievable. Look, I don't know. I think if you're on Torts' good side, I think he's an amazing.
But what's so
coach.
bad about the Torts thing is bothering me. I got to be honest with you. Here's a guy. He's Stanley Cup winner. Yeah, he says it how he. Did you see him the other day? He picked up the phone from the reporter and answered it. I mean, the guy's got some personality over here.
He's good to.
I don't know. But I guess
who made this? Was it Brooksy? Did Brooksy make this list?
I don't know who made this one. I don't know. I like that. I think Hitchcock. There's something up with that guy. I don't know.
For me, it's Hitchcock. Yeah, something's weird. It doesn't work.
But why is Babcock on this list?
I don't know. I want to wonder that. I have to wonder that as well. Like, are there that many disgruntled?
If you're Dumbus right now out in Toronto, the GM, you're like, I should have the best. What is this? I'd be so mad. I want to see the surveys.
I want to find out who. Forget this confidentiality.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to know
who said this about my coach.
I mean, Olympic team is a winner. Detroit, winner. Look what he's doing in Toronto.
Exactly.
Winning.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
All right. Well, NHL.
If I was him, I'd be like, you guys can all suck my Babcock.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about the Babcock that way.
Now we get to the questions that we can really get involved in.
Yes.
Most fun city to play while you're visiting. The Vegas Knights take 26, Nashville at 19, Chicago at 13. I was so pumped to see this one. Vancouver at 12, and New York at 10. Do you agree or disagree?
I only disagree because I'm shocked that Las Vegas wasn't higher.
Really?
I mean, you don't even need to be an athlete and play there. Everyone knows that Vegas is the place to be. And I agree with Vegas being number one. New York in 5th place, I'm a little surprised.
I think it's because it's so busy there.
It's a busy place.
Let's call it what it is. Look, the NHL guys probably want to be on the low profile, but you want to be on the high profile sometimes. And New York, it's so big. I mean, a hockey player probably has to wait in line at a nightclub there.
Look, Nashville, I agree, because cowgirls are horny.
Yeah, well, sure.
They are.
Absolutely.
That's a statistical fact.
I'm just proud that Vancouver made the list. I got to be honest.
Isn't that great?
I am so happy. The sushi must be fantastic there. It must be great. Excellent. But I do agree. I think Vegas would be the fun play to.
But the housing prices.
It's unbelievable. Unreal. They got to really do something about that.
That is tough.
Well, if you want to talk about the best place to say, well, let's go the other way. Worst city to visit as a road game. Listen to this, guys, and by overwhelming. Like, this is huge. I was surprised. Winnipeg 38, Buffalo 15, Ottawa 12, Edmonton 8, and Carolina at 5%. Are you surprised that Winnipeg destroyed this poll?
No, I've been. I get it.
And by the way, in the verbiage where they said Winnipeg, it was down to the weather, obviously.
Of course.
Little bit of daylight, like not a lot of daylight, and shitty Wi-Fi, believe it or not, were the three things that the
Really?
players were complaining.
The Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi in Winnipeg is bad.
That is so crazy. Like I said, Winnipeg looks like they built the city in 1804.
Right.
And stopped. No renovation, no upgrades.
I don't know, man. I'm still, I've been to Winnipeg.
Like there are roots
but
from
I went during the
trees
summer, so I don't
growing
know.
through the main highways.
True.
Like you could actually see the root of the tree coming out the Pembina. What's it? Not Pembina. What's it? Hey Jeff, what's that ring road in Winnipeg? What's it called?
The perimeter.
Is it the perimeter?
Yeah, the perimeter highway.
The perimeter highway.
Now, let me throw this one at you. Edmonton is at 8%, and that's with a brand new, spectacular stadium. What if they don't have it? What if they have the old Rexall or whatever it was called before?
Well, now they're just...
They would be at like 97%.
They're just digging into Winnipeg's glory after that. You know what's sad? I'm looking at this
Yeah,
list.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, okay. 3
Yes.
of the 5 cities are Canadian.
Yeah, man. Boys, we got to punch it up a little bit.
Crazy.
It is, right?
That's sad.
That is sad.
No wonder Bettman doesn't want to put stuff here.
It's
the
true.
Proof's in the numbers.
Proof's in the numbers, coming from straight NHL guys.
And this is the NHLPA voting.
That's right. Sorry, guys. It is what it is.
So Bettman is for the people.
He's for the people.
He's for I'll tell you who's not on this list.
Who's that?
Hometown Calgary.
That's right.
Toronto's
You know
not
why?
on the list.
We got great steakhouses here.
Great
Steakhouse.
Amazing steak.
All right. We jump over to the best team with the best fans.
Surprise.
Vegas, 28% leading the way. The Canadians at 18, Nashville at 11, the Jets at 8, and the Blackhawks at 7. Are you surprised that Vegas was chosen as the best fans?
Not surprised because it's still new,
Yeah.
still fresh,
Still
so
hot.
I think it's a superficial number.
Yeah.
I think give it a couple years and the Montreal Canadiens are going to take that spot again.
I'm with you. But I do agree. Like every time we were watching a Vegas highlight reel, those fans look like they're having a great time.
Oh yeah.
And I can tell you, having gone a couple of months ago, the ticket prices are out of sight.
You're paying $200.
Yeah, you're paying
for a
$200
cheap
bucks.
seat.
But from what I understand too, you're getting your entertainment's worth.
Yeah,
like
but
you're paying to
but
get
it's
the
also
entertainment.
Vegas.
That is true. That is
It's
true.
Vegas. Vegas
Yeah.
is Vegas.
It is. Worst fan base, the Panthers, 48%.
I believe
48. Coyotes, 18, that used to run that show. Hurricanes at 12. Flyers at 6. And the Islanders at 3.
See,
are you surprised on this?
I'm just surprised that this isn't proof enough that you need Spanos back with the Islanders organization.
Get him back to
Turn
push that
this
up.
team
That is
around.
right. Where's Spanos?
Get Spanos
I'm writing
out
that
of
down.
jail.
Yeah.
And bring him back.
He was the reason that you loved your team.
Real locker room talk. Hashtag free Spanos.
Free Spanos. I love it. I love it. Should the NHL change the current playoff format? 60% of the NHL players said yes. They do not like the wild card, basically. They want 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, and so on and so forth. I agree with them. This wild card thing, when I put this together all the time, it drives me crazy because I got to do a little shuffling around. It's not a big deal, but it's a little annoying.
But it's, it's inefficiency.
It's kind of dumb because at the end of the day, it depends on what division you're in, and you're going to get knocked out. No, it should be 1 versus 8. It's just simple.
So you're take it out.
I say take it out. I'm with the players on this one, yeah.
I can you know what I'm torn because I like what they're doing with the wild card.
Right.
Because in theory, the top teams, their thing is that the top teams make it through.
Here, I'll give you this.
But the thing that I'm worried about is people down the road. I know they want to create rivalries.
Yeah.
But down the road, we're going to get really bored seeing Pittsburgh, Washington.
Right.
Which would be a really cool semifinal like it was, but now it's always going to be divisional. Calgary, Edmonton's always going to be divisional. A lot of these, Winnipeg, Nashville's always going to be divisional. So what I think they should do is find the new hybrid. Just whoever places first to 8
Yeah.
Like no divisions, just keep it conference 1, conference 2, kind of get that soccer thing
Sure,
going
sure,
on.
yeah, exactly.
And do it that way.
I'll say this: if they really want to keep the wild card thing, do this: make it 3 wild card spots.
3 wild
and the
card.
2 and the 3 play each other in a 1-game playoff. Then like a baseball thing, right? I think that's what they were trying to do, make it a little more spectacular that way by making it like get in, but it didn't work in their favor. So that's it. And then the last question that they asked the NHL players: should the NHL players play in the Olympics? 99% said absolutely, we want to play in the Olympics.
Who said no?
I don't know. That's a great question. It was probably Bettman.
Yes. No.
Or it was some of the players that can't read the English font and got it that way. But overall,
Speaking
I love.
of which,
Yeah.
you know what? I know they try to, they come in and they have to learn English. I
Yeah.
say screw the English. Boxing has it right.
Yeah.
The foreign fighters in boxing, they bring a translator to every interview. That's what the NHL needs to do, and NBA. No, learn English, you guys. Bring the translator.
I like it.
Okay. The person wants to know, how did you feel today's 4-3 shootout loss went? He feels the game went well. Like that's
Agreed.
done.
I like it.
You're welcome, NHLPA.
There it is.
Again, another idea that we're not getting paid for.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like that poll and you want to, sometimes the podcast might be super exciting and you just want to read a little bit. You're in the bathroom. You say to yourself, hey, I need something to read. Hey, there it is. Download The Athletic.
And
it's a great little read.
sometimes when you're in the washroom,
Yeah.
you just want to look at a number and have a good poll.
That's it. Exactly.
Sometimes you just
Isn't that
want
the
a poll.
truth? And from there, we go straight to everyone's new favorite segment, Rapid Banter.
Rapid banter.
All right, in Rapid Banter, basically, we just go through a whole list of things that we need to get in
A hodgepodge.
before Jeff kicks us out of the studio.
That's right.
Right? Is basically what it is. All right. Well, let's start it off. This past week, we have to bring it up. We got to bring it up. The NFL has reared its ugly head once again. It's got in.
Or good-looking head, whichever one you decide.
Well, I think I know what you're talking about.
Either we bring it up or we pull it out.
Exactly. Now, one of my favorite things to do, I have to admit, is watching the NFL Combine when I can, right? And one of my favorite things to watch, and probably not anymore, is the 40-yard dash that they do, the 40-meter, right? And what happens is every player goes through it. Everybody that goes to the Combine has to go through it. Well, this year, there was an anomaly that happened, kind of like Shoegate a couple of weeks ago, where the guy's shoe ripped out of the, where Zion's foot ripped out of the shoe.
Yeah.
Well, this week, it happened. Mississippi State defensive lineman, 6'4", 310-pound Chris Jones, running the 40. He's getting ready, getting down in his 3-point stance.
That's right.
Well, it was actually a 4-point stance. And Chris rips through at 5.04, which is actually a very impressive time for a D lineman.
Yes.
However, the big controversy is that his junk ripped through his spandex, which I don't know if I want to say was illegal or legal, because on one end you're saying, is that aerodynamic? Did that help him or did that not help him?
I'll tell you what, this just confirms that the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, is alive and well in the United States. Look, I'm convinced that he could have broke 5 seconds for 2 reasons.
Yeah.
Number one, his junk rips out halfway through, so psychological. But he's carrying that much weight?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That is impressive.
That is.
That is
I was impressed.
I was quite
You know
impressed
what else
as well.
I was impressed with?
Yeah.
He knew it happened, so out of decency and
Yeah.
sheer respect,
He
dove
Yeah.
to hide it and fix himself up. Now, of course, the cameraman who was directly in front of him needed to know what happened over
That
here.
cameraman's never going to be the same again.
Never going to be the
Never
same
going to be
again.
the same again.
Never.
Now, speaking of respect, you know who disrespected the Combine? It was a guy named DK Metcalf. This guy, wide receiver out of Ole Miss, all right?
Yeah.
This guy shattered everything. He made the Combine look like it was basically like an elite athlete going back to elementary and doing the Combine. It was crazy. He had a 4.3340, a 40.5-inch vertical jump, and he bench pressed 225 pounds a mere 27 times as a wide receiver, you guys. And the most impressive thing for all of us out there, he's 1.6% body fat. This guy just upped his ante huge. This guy's going to go top 10 in my opinion now because of this combine.
Unbelievable genetics.
Unreal.
That is,
man.
you're right. When you talk about disrespecting the combine, that was unreal. But you know, it got me thinking because what's his face from NFL.com? I forget the name, but he does the charity run.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. So he had, as part of that whole fun charity gimmick thing, you had Usain Bolt
Right.
running with him. They got to get this guy to run with Usain Bolt the 40 dash.
Absolutely.
And then market it for the 100 meter. I'm telling you, there is money to be made
It is
with
crazy.
this right here because that was extreme speed.
But let's go back to that speed. 4.33, and then Chris Jones with his junk out is running 5.04. Not bad, Chris.
Not bad.
Not bad at all, bro.
Right?
Not bad
That's
at
what
all.
I'm saying.
Respect.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
No, it's awesome. I love the combine. I think it's good. And it is an opportunity for a lot of guys that don't get looked at a lot to up their ante. And you know what? I think DK Metcalf just did. This guy tore up the combine. Now, from there, the other part of the NFL, it's coming.
Yeah.
And if it's not coming, it's here. It's the free agent time. Our favorite time of the year. Now, the big names is our boy Bell out of Pittsburgh, right? He's a free agent now.
Yeah.
Nick Foles, CJ Mosley, Earl Thomas, Landon Collins, Dre Flowers. I'm going to name these top five. These are the kind of the top five guys, okay? I'm going to say their names again, Dimitri. You tell me what team they're going to. All right? Just just for fun. Let's see how many we hit. You ready?
Rapid
banter.
Hold on. Okay, rapid banter.
Rapid banter.
Go quick.
Boom, boom. Le'Veon Bell,
Jets.
Nick Foles,
San Fran.
CJ Mosley,
Pass.
Earl Thomas,
Green Bay.
Trey Flowers,
He is pass. I can't think of a team. Jacksonville.
Beautiful. Well, Jacksonville, I think, is going to get Nick Foles. A lot of talk is there. But Bell, I'm still sticking on Green Bay is going to get Bell somehow, some way.
I don't think so, man.
You don't think so?
I think he's jet bound.
All right, well, the other big names that are going to happen, they say by Friday, Antonio Brown, the prima donna of the league, has been told by the Steelers that a trade is ready to go by Friday. Where do you think Brown ends up on Friday? Who do you think got him?
Yeah, you know, this, I actually don't know. I actually don't know because the teams that were in the running, they just said today on NFL.com that it looks like that he's not going to any of those teams. So I'm really stumped.
I'll tell you where he's going. Pittsburgh is not dumb. All right?
No, they're not dumb.
They're not dumb. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to send him to a team like the Jets that are still far away from really making it, just to teach him a lesson that you had it good. You had Ben throwing you the ball. You had a great team. You had a great city behind you. You're out of here. You're going to the Jets because they don't have what they had. Like, Antonio's got to remember, man, he had so many options, so many great chemistry. He had a great team environment around him, and this guy just cried. And he was like, I want to go to San Fran. The Pittsburgh has been around for a long time. They're not just going to send you where they want. These guys are like the high accolades of the NFL. They actually are the ones that make the decisions, not you, my friend.
I agree
And
with
so
that.
I think Antonio Brown will end up with like the Jets or some like lower end team, dare I say, where he's going to really beg to be back with Ben in about a year.
You know what? I'm going to have to go back to the Nick Foles thing for a
Sure.
second.
Yeah.
What about Miami?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you why Miami is not going to go for him, and this is my thought on it. I love that pick. He could.
So I'm
absolutely,
thinking like they got, I mean.
they need him. But you know why I don't think? Is because the next question, Josh Rosen, who was the third overall pick last year, is gone. Arizona is putting him on the trade. This guy got drafted last year, and he's already gone. Why? Because Heisman Trophy winner Kyler Murray, who's given up his baseball contract to come play the NFL, is going to be taken number 1 overall by Arizona, and that means Josh Rosen, in my opinion, is going to go to Miami, and I think Foles ends up going to Jacksonville. That was my kind of idea.
Okay, yeah, fair
All right.
enough. But you're right on this. With Antonio Brown, look, I expect him to be in the NFC. And yeah, you're right. They are going to teach him a lesson. And did you hear Fitzgerald? I mean, they're buddies.
Yeah.
I read the article, and Fitzgerald's like, look, you know, me and Brown are really good friends, this, that, and the other. However, I don't think he realizes what he had with Big Ben. You can criticize all you want. I mean, look, of course the guy's getting up there in age and he's not as good, but you know, Antonio Brown was the perfect thing that you could say for this guy. I didn't realize how big of a... Look, people want to leave, I get it, but holy shit, man. That interview I saw with him...
Yeah, man.
What a baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even need to play football. I got money. Okay, you know, stop
then
the
get
Floyd
lost.
Mayweather stuff. Just then leave.
Done.
Why are you making a spectacle?
Get lost.
You know?
There it is.
You didn't even win Dancing with the Stars. How credible are you?
Yeah, you're losers.
Anyways, enough time on him.
Done.
Rapid banter.
We move over to the NBA. Listen, last week I called it. I did it on your behalf because you can't say anything bad about your boy. Less than 1% a week later, LeBron is not going to the playoffs, my friend. He is just not going. So I just wanted to get that out there. I had really no question behind there. MVP. The big talk is MVP. Is it going to be Giannis, Harden, or Steph Curry? Those are the three front runners. Give it to me.
Look, no bias here, but it's Giannis for me. Look, it's Giannis for me. Look, these guys are amazing. Of course, this is the right class to be in. But let me tell you something. Harden has got some great assistance with the Rockets, and he's putting up some great numbers. But Steph Curry, that's great. But Giannis, this guy got better. The team got better. And they're a real-time contender. And yes, I think you got to give it to him. He is having a remarkable year. Remarkable year.
I'm going to go with Giannis as well because Harden won it last year and they never want two-time MVPs together. They just don't like doing that. So there it is. Rapid banter. Boom, boom. MMA had a well, I guess you want to call it a fiasco. You want to call it a fight again? Like right when you think these guys are getting it right, they go and knock it down wrong again.
Talk about choking during the exam final.
Isn't that the truth?
This is
Cold veins, these guys.
do all this studying.
So you watched
Terrible.
it. Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
And?
Oh, come on, man. It was BS from top to bottom. I mean, look, you know what? MMA, I said it before. First of all, like John Jones, didn't he just fight last week?
I think he fought like 2 weeks
Didn't
ago.
like fight, and then now you need him again to fight again because you're struggling. I called it from now.
Yeah.
They're just proving my point. The other thing, you got Tyron Woodley. You got a guy who's champ, doing well. He loses. MMA, start fixing fights. You can't have your you have low talent, and now your top tier guys are losing, and the belt is changing hands. It's craziness.
It's absolutely
bad for
nuts.
the sport.
And then also in that fight, there was that controversy with the Lawler fight. He's put in a chokehold. He's waving his arm, and the referee took it as he was tapping. He wasn't tapping. There's a video, it's actually pretty good, where they can hear the Lawler's talking to the referee going, I was just waving my arm trying to tell you I'm good. The referee took it the other way, and another fiasco happens where a guy like Lawler, who's well known in the sport, loses to a guy he probably shouldn't have lost to, and that causes more controversy again.
You know what? I have the solution. Forget the tap out. Safety word.
Safety word.
Everyone should have a safety word.
What a great idea.
Banana! Right? Just done.
Done.
No confusion.
I love it.
Safety word.
Rapid banter. Tiger Woods. He pulled out of the Arnold Palmer Invitational this week. It's happening again, isn't it? Tell me it's happening again. Is this happening again? My question is, do you know any good masseuses? Because last year he had a great year. I can't see him revert back. I can't watch it.
Get him to the Orchid.
The Orchid.
Get him. You know what? Maybe this is what's been happening.
Yeah.
Maybe he was a customer at the Wild Orchid.
Right.
It shut down.
Yeah.
Performance.
Yeah. Could
I'm
happen.
just throwing it out there.
Absolutely.
Look, Tiger Woods, the thing, he was on the uptick. He had everybody believing.
Right.
I think
Don't say
that.
No. Really? See, I
think-
was against him. Now I was kind of for him again.
I'm always for him.
I
but
knew I shouldn't have taken his side.
Nah, you know what? Unless they're going to reopen the Wild Orchid, guys, I think it's time to say that we've legitimately seen the end of this career of winning anything significant or even winning anything at all. The competition's too good. Now he's on the down spurt. Tiger Woods, it's done. Rapid banter. Boom, boom. Pew, pew.
Now I got last one for you of ranted banter. Now this one's a little
What
off.
did you say?
Rapid banter.
Ratted banter?
Ratted banter?
Ratted banter.
Rapid banter. It's the last one. It has nothing to do with sports. But I got to bring this up because I want, for this year, we did the GOAT list last year.
Sure.
I want this guy on the GOAT list this year. And his name, Pete Davidson. Who is he? He's the guy that was dating Ariana Grande like a year ago or less than a year ago.
Engaged?
Engaged, yeah. Only after a couple of months.
The Grand.
He's the guy on Saturday Night Live. And he's like not the best looking guy on
And he's
the
not
show.
even the funniest. He's funny.
He's not. But he's
I'm not
funny.
saying he's not funny.
He's not the funniest.
He's not the funniest.
So he was dating Ariana Grande. They love each other, got engaged. They break
Crazy.
up. Then all of a sudden, they break up. A couple of months later, I don't know, just upped his game to Kate Beckinsale. Who is this guy?
You know, it's crazy. I mean, look, you pull out the suicide card, all of a sudden people are helping you, but I don't think that's it. This isn't sympathy.
Dude, this guy's going on the GOAT list. You got the Gretzky, you got the Jordan, and you got the new Pete Davidson. He's going on the GOAT list.
I'm telling you, this guy must have the biggest hog in Hollywood.
You think?
He's not that good looking. He's kind of awkward. He's really awkward looking.
Absolutely.
Like he looks like a young version of Steve Buscemi.
Something, man.
Right? Like, think about it.
There's
It's
something,
weird.
yeah, now that you bring it up, yes. So my question is this. Let's say he breaks up with Kate. Do you understand the next girlfriend's going to be even hotter?
Yes.
Like, do you understand the next girl that comes and introduces herself to him is going to be 10 times hotter than Kate Beckinsale?
Guaranteed it's Kylie Jenner. He breaks up with Beckinsale, it's got to be the Jenner.
This is too much for me to handle.
$1 billion.
But I
good-looking.
want the roster to know, when you see that name on the GOAT list this year,
That's why.
I think he's going to win a couple of matchups.
It's got to be the hog,
He's
man.
got to be,
He's
man.
not good looking.
He's got to
He's
win.
half funny.
The numbers speak for themselves.
The community talks.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a talking community.
That's a big one.
Okay, you see Davidson? Yeah, he's weird looking. Yeah, you think, but wait till you get to the goods.
Yeah.
Rapid banter.
All right. Well, Jeff, you'll be proud of us. 54 minutes and 30 seconds in. We're doing it. We're off the MAGA MALAKA. Now,
Yes.
this week, I said to myself, what are we going to do? I was actually baffled and stumped because I was like, man, I don't know what to talk about. And then something came across while I was perusing. The legendary, and I don't care if you watched wrestling or not, King Kong Bundy just passed the other day. All right. Now, everyone knows him because he was known as the ultimate villain. This guy was never good in wrestling. He was never the good guy. You know, he never changed sides.
That's right.
And it came to me, I'm like, you know what? He was such a good villain that he was like one of my favorite wrestlers for that reason.
Look, I mean,
nothing spectacular, not flashy. He was just the mean face, big guy, black trunks, just went and did his job.
At WrestleMania 2, in the cage.
That's right.
I had no idea if Hogan was going to come out alive. King Kong Bundy meant business.
Exactly.
He's a bad guy.
He's a bad mama jamma, this guy, right? He's a big guy. So I said to myself, let's make MAGA MALAKA best wrestling villains of all time.
Oh, I like this.
Yes. You ready?
I'm ready.
Jeff, you ready?
I have a fundamental problem with this process.
Why? What happened now? What happened?
Well, fundamentally, and in order for them to be the best villain and get the MAGA, they have to be the biggest MALAKA.
Kind of, but they were like such a good MALAKA that they're a MAGA.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
reverse it. But,
All right.
but
I
great
get it.
point. Great point.
Jeff did it again.
He did it again.
He outwitted us.
You know, when I put it together, I thought to myself, that's how you have to think it. But, you know, I'm not trying to take his acronym.
Don't take credit for Jeff's wisdom.
You know what? I really think you should put the itinerary
We're
together
on the
next
same
week.
page. I get it. We're on the same
Like
page.
that. I would really enjoy it if you did it. All right, here's the ones. All right. Right over the
He
mound.
keeps us in line, doesn't he?
That's right, he does.
Yeah,
He keeps us honest.
Yeah, he
Keeps us
does.
honest.
He keeps us honest. He
A
keeps
nice,
us
easy
working.
one. Nice, easy one. Here we go.
Over the plate.
Over the plate. Nice and easy.
Underhand.
Big John Studd.
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna say MALAKA. I wanted more bad guy from him.
He was not bad
I
enough.
gotta say, he didn't go all the way with me. either.
Agreed.
Yeah.
See? He sucked at being a villain.
Speaking of it, and I watched the Andre the Giant documentary, and I guess Big John Studd. So the story was Andre used to go over the top rope.
Yeah.
Like he'd climb over it when he came in.
Big guy to go
And
there.
Big John Studd would do the same thing, but Andre took it personally. He was like, that's my move. You don't do my move. I'm Andre the Giant. Apparently, in the ring, he would beat him up and slap him to the point sometimes he'd leave the ring crying. And then Vince McMahon was saying how one day he grabbed his bags and wanted to quit. He's like, he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. So the guy, you can't cry when you're 6'8".
There's no crying in wrestling.
No, you
cry.
don't cry when you're 6'8".
Exactly. Well, it's funny you bring him up. Next guy on, Andre the Giant. MAGA or MALAKA as a villain.
Ooh, as a villain, MAGA.
MAGA.
I bought
I bought it too.
Yeah.
When he ripped the necklace off Hulk Hogan in the Piper's Pit. Oh. He broke
But he
my
ripped the
heart.
hearts out of all the Hulkamaniacs, brother.
Exactly.
He was very believable. There were
Very,
a
yeah.
lot of times when you didn't know what was going to happen, or you felt like it anyway.
Less is more. That's the thing.
That's
which
true.
He had. I mean, his manager. He's got to be on the list.
Oh, well, it's next on the list.
Yes.
Speaking of that same day in the Piper's Pit, he was the reason that he changed over. Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Ooh.
MAGA or MALAKA?
MAGA.
MAGA.
No question.
He's like the Gollum of wrestling.
He really was. He really was. Here's one for you, and I don't know how to. I'm curious on this one with you guys. Brock Lesnar, MAGA or MALAKA?
MAGA now.
See, I say MALAKA all the way through. I just don't think he does. He never talks because he's got Heyman talking for him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really carry, like, he just looks like a MALAKA or a villain all day.
Yeah.
Like at McDonald's. Like,
Yeah.
he's the guy that'll cut in front of you in line.
Well,
Like,
that's
you know
why.
what I mean?
I believe it.
You
I
believe
buy
it?
it. He looks like a jerk.
He's not a villain. He's just an asshole.
Yeah, I'm with you. He's an ass. Yeah, he's an ass.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I changed
yeah.
my mind. That's the perfect descriptor.
Perfect.
He's
You know
just-
what's his problem?
Yeah.
What's
Small
so mad?
ones.
Like, you literally can beat up everyone. Wouldn't that make you smile?
And you're banging Sable.
yeah.
Like,
And
great.
she's like 20 years older than him, you know?
this is amazing. Boy, did Mark Merrill get the
Weird,
like,
that
just
guy.
he got screwed.
Very
I'm
weird.
leaving you for Brock Lesnar. Well, since I can't do anything about it, okay.
Here's one of my favorite ones. The Fabulous Moolah. MAGA or MALAKA? See, I think she was a MALAKA, but only because she was just annoying. Like, I literally couldn't watch her wrestle. It was really bad. I just couldn't handle
I
it.
don't know, man.
But she was never good.
I gotta give it the MALAKA based on what he said. Basically, I
Agreed.
completely agree.
Oh, the other way.
Yeah, no, Malaka. Yeah.
A really good villain just makes you want to watch. Right?
Yeah, see, good
you
point.
have to
Yeah.
watch.
Like Sharon Stone in Casino.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, there's a good
Great
villain.
point. Great. You know what?
villain,
Sharon
man.
Stone, MAGA or MALAKA in Casino.
MAGA. That's a MAGA villain. We'll do the movies next week.
Yeah, we'll do the movies next week.
movies next week.
Yeah, great villains that you love but hate. Yeah, exactly. All right, how about this one? Kane, when Kane was bad. And he was always kind of bad, then he tried to be funny, and that never worked.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Malaka. Like if you're gonna be a villain, you need to talk. You got to do some. You can't just fight the good guys. You got to do bad things, right? You got to take it up a notch.
He tried to kill and abduct people.
Yeah, but it just wasn't enough for me.
Fair enough.
Like for a guy who's from hell,
You
like you should really like.
you need more?
It was like watching softcore porn.
All right.
It's not enough.
Fair enough.
It's not enough.
Here's a couple more. What about, see, this guy, again, controversial. I don't know where to put him. Jake the Snake Roberts. Like, he was never really technically bad. Well, he was, but he wasn't. I'm going 100% MAGA, but I could see why people are be like, yeah, but he wasn't real. Like, people liked him because he was bad. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he was.
I'm gonna just go MAGA. The personality itself, was,
Right.
You're like, ooh, scary.
Back in the day, he rocked it for sure.
Yes.
That guy had one of
I don't know if he was a villain, but he was a badass.
Yeah, he sold it.
Yeah.
He really sold it.
Speaking of
Yeah.
sold out, Sergeant Slaughter when he decided to go the other way. You bastard.
You know what? I'm only gonna say MAGA for that short period of time when he aligned with the Iron Sheik.
Isn't that
and
the
turned
truth?
his back on America. And thank God at WrestleMania 7, Hulk Hogan
Finally.
came to the rescue.
That Hogan.
What about the Iron Sheik?
Well, he's
Is that-
next. Jeff.
is-
He's
oh,
next
okay.
on the list. Let's get right to it. The
MAGA.
Iron, 100%, maybe the best villain of all time.
Yeah.
So
He's got my vote.
The Iron Sheik for me is the greatest because if you ever watch his promo videos, he actually looks like an immigrant who is just totally improving these things.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the funniest thing in the world.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's great.
Here's the last one, and in my opinion, the best one.
Hold on, before you do that.
Yeah.
I gotta ask.
Sure.
What about Triple H? You don't got him on the
Again,
list.
you know what? He flip-flopped too much. He was never a true villain. He was never the bad guy, the good guy.
He was
when he was DX, what was he? See, this is what I'm saying. And
Good, bad.
Well,
So he's a shade
but
of
that's not
gray.
the question. The question is the villain.
He's a shade of gray.
He's a shade
Those
of gray.
guys
He is
who
a
are-
shade of gray. He's
those-
a shade of gray.
Shade of gray.
Those guys that are planning on hopping the fence later don't fully invest in their villainous,
Exactly.
their badassness.
Exactly. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's true. I believe
Well
they
done.
call them Mexicans.
We're going to need you to edit again. Final one. Here it is. Here it is. Mr. McMahon, MAGA or MALAKA?
He actually may be the greatest villain in WWE history.
Absolutely.
MAGA.
100% MAGA. And there it is. There it is.
I got mixed
72.
emotions with him. He's like he saved wrestling but wrecked it at the same time.
Couldn't agree more, John. Couldn't agree more. Once he made it too corporate, it
Yeah.
just started falling apart. But when he was bad, man, was he like?
Oh.
He was like Sharon Stone. You wanted to punch him.
He
but
was Sharon
you
Stone.
Loved it.
Sharon,
You loved it.
See, we got to do the movie.
Yeah,
Who
we'll do it.
tops Sharon Stone? The greatest, just
Coming up next week.
absolutely. You know,
Tune in next week when you'll find out.
Who tops Sharon Stone? You know who I can put in there is Tony Soprano's mom. Oh,
Good
buddy,
one.
you
You're
know.
wrecking it. Why do you keep doing this?
I don't know. I'm sorry. But anyways, that's just a sneak for next week. Ladies and gentlemen, roster fans, thank you for joining us. Episode 72. It's been wonderful. Of course, we got to thank our friends from around the horn. We got headversity.com. We got alchemystudio.ca, agapegreekradio.com. Thanks for marketing Matt joining us in the studio. Guys, be sure to follow us on our channels, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, at Mitch and Dimitri, reallockerroomtalk.com, unless you're on Podbean, just like our good buddy Joe Biz, giving the biz.
Giving the biz.
Love it. Anyway, 72's in the bag, but Mitch, it's time for you and I. We got to hit the showers.
Go rapid banter.
Pew, pew, pew. Another episode.